How's it going, everyone? Got a piece of camphor here. Never turned it, so got it from Robbo. So if I give it a go and see what happens. Get out of here. I just got to start my my vibrating table up, the grinder. I mean.
Because the yellow wasn't in the list because I already ordered it.
Yeah, that's
But I
right.
can just reorder them.
Yeah, that's okay.
Not that they can't get it, you just doesn't know where to get them from.
Yeah, I know that. I'm just saying it's easier for us to get it.
Yeah. Oh, he likes it.
He's listening. I don't remember where I put those colours down to, but they're in your shed somewhere, right?
Yeah, I really don't hear what Amber's saying when she's outside.
I'm going to turn that down, man. Far out. It felt like it was going to launch on me. One, two, three. Yeah, that does smell nice.
Yeah, it gets a bit overpowering after a while. Just close your flute down a little bit. You're holding it vertical. Get it down to 45. Yeah, that should disappear when you start forming the shape.
Yep. All right. That goes in a fair way, that does.
Yeah, just start curving it round. Looks like it's slowly disappearing.
Yep.
got to go. The first customer's just turned up.
All right, no worries.
Bye.
Have a good day.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh. Oh, it's got a massive, that bark inclusion. It's a little bit bigger than Robbo first thought, eh? I might put some super glue in it, though.
Yeah, I like this. I love this pen, but it's starting to burn all over again.
Yeah.
You
Yes.
get-
That's all right, though.
From a distance, it looks neat. I'm happy with it, but up close, it's
Yeah, it's practice, though.
It is. It really is. Yeah.
You weren't happy until your stuff for a couple of months from
No,
that
that's
first
right.
one.
Exactly. And this is the red stuff, so I don't like it much anyway. But it's yeah, just a learning curve again. That's all.
Yeah.
Just means I enjoy burning even more.
I'm just having a look at where to put the glue at the moment. It's got a fair size crack that runs pretty much. It follows the rings. So I just got to. It's a bit of a waste putting super glue on now, but trying to get it to soak down inside it a little bit. Pardon me. Nice wood, this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you going to leave that in there?
Yeah, I don't have much of a choice.
Yeah, leave it. I like it.
It'll be a hole when I hollow it out, though. That's the only thing.
Doesn't matter. You
No.
can work with it.
No, it doesn't bother me. Does not bother me one little bit. It's got some of this super thin cedar. Let that soak in for a little while. I'd rather try and let it get soaked right down inside of it, because I'm going to hollow it out in a minute, and all of this is just going to go. At least try and stabilise it a little bit around the edges of it.
Almost has a peppery smell. Unless that's mixed with the wood.
Yeah, it might be, eh? Oh, that smells like Vicks or something.
Yeah, I can smell that, but then I got a bit of a pepper.
Yep. No, I can't smell that.
No, I reckon it's my wood. I think I can't work in half the time.
Yes? Have a freight train. I'm going to start off with 180 grit. Most of me end up taking most of this top off because it's got it's got a chip there, so I'll just come back to this line here anyway. So there we go. Where you going?
I'm passing on.
Hey, don't leave it in the sun. Not in the sun, we don't. Really? Yeah.
Yeah, that's what a peppery smell. That's a good one.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, right. I am here. I'm just having a little bit of lunch. Just a bit of camphor for today. Never turned it before. Robbo gave me a couple of blanks. Yeah, thank you. I'm milking the chickens for your dark. That's our local magpie singing. There's a family around, 2 adults and 3 babies. Come here every now and then. Bit of a feed, you know. Thank you. Yeah. Dudes, aren't they?
Hmm.
They're very friendly. Very friendly to say the least. We've only been giving them food for maybe 2 weeks. They come within 3 or 4 feet of us sometimes. So as long as you stay still enough, don't wave your arms around. You can drink this. Yeah. Behind me. Get him.
Hello, baby. That's baby.
Yeah. Tell by the way it turned its head.
Yeah. That's mama down there.
Alright, I'm still listening. I'm just saying.
That seems to have names so far.
How you going, Chris? Yep.
Mama.
Can I find the other cat food?
Thank you. I only sat down to watch them, but
Yeah.
they're done on time.
Okay. Yeah, I did. I commented on his post. Not good. Getting all the sexy nurses will make it a bit easier, though. How you going, Blair?
Good. How are you?
Good, thank you.
What happened to your hand?
Where?
Yeah, right next to your thumb.
Oh, there.
Yeah.
Oh, we, I had to feed a wire through the firewall of my car to have a new cigarette lighter wired in, and the myriad of plastic bits poking out for me to get my hand up there. That's just what I did. I just didn't care what I did as long as I could get my hand up there to get the wire, you see.
Gotcha. Well, that is a pretty piece of wood.
That's camphor.
Wow.
Yeah, massive bark inclusion here.
That's okay.
Robbo was in a little bit earlier, and we were kind of hoping it was going to disappear, but it didn't, unfortunately.
It gives it character.
Yeah. It's got a lot of chatoyance right here. It's hard to see in this light as such, but
I can see it. It's a nice flash.
yeah. And I'm guessing this is going to be a hole when I hollow it out.
It depends on
And then
how thick you do it.
Yep. And I'm not gonna put a anything on this at the moment. I'm gonna leave it plain because if I've got enough time, I'm only gonna do 2 hours today. So if I've got enough time, I'm gonna do some pyro because we got we borrowed Robbo's pyro machine. He offered, we didn't ask, so.
Oh, cool.
And it's a professional one, so.
And then Amber's all excited.
Yeah, she's already been using it today.
Nice.
It's got you got the thin wire, and you just make it whatever shape you want, and screw it in.
Oh, cool. Jeez.
Yeah.
Hello, Chris.
Pretty chunky little unit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I saw Dr. Bob's in the hospital. He
Yes.
had like a mini stroke or something like that.
Well, he goes in for a yearly eye test, and they discovered that he's maybe had one or he's got one coming up
Ooh.
from his eye test. So he's staying in there for a while, and I think he's also having a COVID test as well. And once they get the results back for that, then he'll know what level, what floor he's going to be put on.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I said to him, I hope you get, Amber and I wish you all the best. Hope you get better soon, and I hope you're getting all the sexy nurses.
Yeah.
That's got to make it a little bit more pleasant. No, not good. At least they find that stuff though.
Right. And especially, with him, that's kind of scary.
Yeah. It is. What have you been doing?
Tammy and I went out on a date.
Oh yeah.
Went to a new Mexican restaurant. It was really good.
Whoa. Was it nice?
Yeah. We both are like beach whales. Really good.
We were like that after we came home from Robbo's.
Yeah, he treated you nice, huh?
Yeah, Robbo's wife. She cooked Robbo cooked a barbecue for when we came there as a bit of a welcome,
Right.
and a couple of people that come in the lives that live local to him came, and there was a buttload of food left over from that. So that was tea that night, and tea the next night. So we pretty much ate leftovers except for one night. I said, right, we're having pizza tonight.
It's good though.
Besides
I'm glad you
that-
had a good time.
Yeah, it was really good. Amber and Robbo's wife got along like a house on fire, which was even better.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen Robbo's wife.
And to be honest, I don't think you will, unless you visit his house.
She's just too camera shy.
Yeah. Yeah, she doesn't like to whisk her hair around like Robbo does, you know.
Well, not everybody can be as sexy as Robbo. Dark comes close, but
Yeah. Yeah. Made anything in the last couple of days?
let's see. I've made tops.
Tops.
Yeah.
Yep.
And did something really kind of cool last night. So there is a meeting for worldwide woodturners
Yes.
every Wednesday,
Yeah, I've been to that. Yep.
and I did that last night. That was actually pretty cool.
Yep.
First time I ever met Captain Eddie.
Okay. Yeah, it's definitely a different program, huh?
Yeah,
It's good. I like it. It's good for a variety.
well, it's nice seeing other projects of what people are doing,
Yeah.
and just to see how talented they are. It just blows my mind.
Yeah, like another virtual club.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, and the nice thing is Captain Eddie keeps saying that there's no fees, and this is you guys' channel, and everybody just kind of chimes in, and they moderate, and yeah, I liked it.
Yeah. I honestly, I keep bloody forgetting about it, and then someone goes, "Oh, such and such happened on the thing on Wednesday." I was like, "Ah."
I'll remind you next Wednesday.
All right. Well, yeah, it's normally it's a Thursday for me. That's not for why I bloody forget.
Yeah, Thursday. Sorry. I keep forgetting that I'm talking into the future.
Yeah, so I did just a little live last night, just up in my bedroom. Just I don't know if you've seen that or not, but I showed the tools that Robbo gave me for my trip home.
Oh, yeah, I didn't see that.
I got a hollower. The hollower is as long as my lathe bed.
Holy cow, look at that. Jeez.
And it's got 3 other bits there with it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Chris says I had a content scare. I thought I lost the hard drive that has all my video content, although I set it on the back of my truck. It was in my pocket. My
that was lucky.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's one of the reasons I gave up recording videos and editing them, because I lost too many videos.
I just keep them on my computer.
Yeah, mine. I got a shit computer now. It just kept getting corrupted for some reason. I don't know why. I got a negative rake scraper.
Oh, I'm envious of that. That's nice.
The butter knife.
Yeah, it looks like a butter knife.
It does. And a spindle gouge.
Oh, look at that. That's nice.
Massive.
Yeah.
Look, it's on a metal pole. Look, that's the handle.
Hey, whatever works, man.
Yeah, no, I'm not complaining.
Look at that.
So now I almost need to buy another bench just to find room for them.
That, and you brought home some pretty cool wood too.
Yes.
You got some plum.
Yeah, plum. When I use the hollowing tool, I have to move the lathe out, so the lathe bed is actually poking towards my door, so I can actually use it. Otherwise, it just hits the side. Reminding me of how small my shed is.
Oof.
Plum.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. You gonna break it in half and then turn it that way, or?
No, what I was going to try and do is maybe see if I could get a goblet out of it, but I'm going to seal this crack up first.
Gotcha.
Because a lot of these other cracks only came about when it got chopped, so those cracks are only like days old. It got sealed on one end, but should be interesting.
Yeah, just be careful, man. That kind of stuff being that deep, I've had pieces fly off at me with that. So
Yeah. Oh, you've turned plum, have you? Have you turned plum?
I haven't.
I got some super thin CA, so it's nice and strong.
Nice.
That come with the package. With the package.
I might have to pick your brain one of these nights when we're not live.
Yep.
So I just got a thing for Star Bond, and so I want to be able to put it on my screen and.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
Got a discount code and everything.
Oh yeah, nice. Well done.
And I actually used it. Oh, I did. I turned a couple pens last night.
Okay.
And that Star Bond, holy cow. Yeah, that's good stuff.
Yeah. What size bottles do they come in?
They're about like that. You know, about what you had.
Yep. These ones are 50 grams, 60 grams, that is.
Yeah, that's about right. And they gave me 4 different kinds. They gave me the thin, the medium, and the heavy, and the black.
Yep. Have you tried them all out?
No, not yet.
Yep.
I just used the thin on the pens.
What kind of wood did you use?
I didn't mean to ignore you. Let's see. Yeah, it's not New Mexico. It's just a New Mexican restaurant.
Oh yeah. I'll just give you a bit of a heads up too, Blair. Robbo has access to my StreamYard account, and he can add himself now, and he can add anyone that comes into the room when I'm busy turning, and he can also kick me out.
Yeah, watch this. Watch.
Boop, gone. Oh, you're mean.
What a rat bag, eh? That's what happens when I log into his IP address.
I'm going to say it, you bloody mongrel.
You're learning Australian.
Learn it from the best.
Yeah.
Whoops, not me, you fool.
You just grab my little screen and drag it across like that.
Yeah.
I'll do it. It's all good. I'm not touching it. Things are moving by themselves now.
Chris, yeah, you don't want to glue yourself to your work. That's bad. It's bad.
Just now got Blair up there. Rightio, good. Now we're right. Not as bad as a mate of mine. I'll probably have to disappear again in about 10 or 15 minutes. But 11:30 at night, I get a phone call. Robbo. Yes, Dave. What dissolves superglue? Acetone, Dave. Why? I've got my finger stuck to my face. Oh, shit. Now it's stuck to the phone. Oh, bum. I've got the other hand stuck now. So I was sitting there imagining this mate of mine, he's got his phone stuck to his head like this. He's got his other hand stuck like this. He can't do a thing, you know. Fortunately, his girlfriend came home about 20 minutes later while I was talking to him on the phone, and she had to get it off with fingernail polish or fingernail polish remover, you know. Yeah. It was a good story at his wedding anyway. And Chris, did I answer your question properly in the message about your spindle gouge?
Oh, you got the power. Look at you. Nice. Yeah, Jay and I were talking. He had a really good time while he was there.
That's good.
I'm glad he was able to do that and actually get some on-hand stuff, especially, you know, with your lathes being really big lathes.
The one he was working on actually is not much bigger than one he's got as far as length and that goes. It's got a bit more height and it's got a heap more grunt, that's for sure.
Yeah. Must be nice.
Oh, his shed will be starting to smell like Vicks vapor rub at the moment because he's turning camphor. So.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The camphor, like, is really strong.
Oh, yeah.
I was telling Jay that yesterday I did a Zoom meeting with, there's a group called Worldwide Woodturners. Have you heard about it?
The what?
Worldwide Woodturners.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of it, yeah.
That's an interesting bunch. Captain Eddie and who was on there? Cade was on.
Oh, yeah. I have been to a couple of their Zoom meetings before. Now I know who you're talking about. Yep.
So maybe no, I can't do that on Wednesday nights because I'm usually gone.
Yeah, that's right. You're down with your kids.
Dang it. Oh, well. Boy, look at him take after that thing. He's just chewed that thing right up.
Yeah, it's fairly soft. It's great stuff to turn. Oh, good. I'm glad about that, Chris. Always hard whether I know whether I've answered the question or not, particularly on Messenger and that, because it's easier to explain by photos than anything else.
Blair, I have what's commonly known as lathe envy.
Yeah, you and me both, buddy. I mean, at least I do have my big lathe, but it is so underpowered that it gets frustrating sometimes. Yeah, it keeps doing that or wanting to do that.
I thought your big one was 1 horsepower.
No, I don't think so. It's maybe half, maybe 3/4.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just, yeah, just not real impressed with the Reeves drive. But someday,
Yeah. All takes time and money. That's the problem.
yeah,
See, here's
Generally,
my dilemma. Here's my dilemma, Robbo. That bark inclusion kept going,
yeah.
and it's if I go any further on the thickness in there, it's gonna pop through. See the lightness in that? That's the other side of the bark inclusion.
Yeah, that won't matter. That's another $50 on the price.
If it pops out,
Yeah.
um,
What I'll do, Chris, I'll just go and get 2 and I'll show you what the difference is. Is there? Or
and
there
then,
is actually.
and then just put yourself on full screen. I won't notice
Yep.
anyway.
Yeah, I will in a minute. I'll be back in a second.
okay, Jay, you could put some CA in that thing and maybe firm it up a little bit.
Yes, I could.
I mean, it really wouldn't be a real bad idea, but that's actually not too bad of a thickness for the bowl anyway. I mean,
Yeah,
you could go a
I
little
just need to. Just need to make this top bit here a bit thinner.
right.
Yeah, all right. I'll just leave it for now and just see if I can concentrate on this edge for a bit.
There you go.
Rightio, Chris. That's the round one. So it's just formed off a round bar and it's got the machine flute down the centre of it there. Turn it around there like that. And that's about the grind that I like on them. I put 45 degrees on the bevel, but that's just me. And this one's a forged one. I actually prefer the forged ones than I do the round ones, mainly because I can get you can see the difference in the bevel shapes down the side. In the forged one, I can get the bevel the same all the way around, whereas the round one tends to end in a little point right there. So sometimes it gets in the way, but it's just personal preference. And that's about that side. They're both 1/2-inch gouges. And like I say, I do about 99% of my work with these, with just this size. So getting any bigger, you've got to have a fair bit of grunt on your lathe and everything else to start driving them. I've got them up to 2 inches wide. So, but that's a bit of overkill for what you need. I think you'll only get the forged ones from English manufacturers like Henry Taylor or Ashley Isles. I don't think any of the Americans do any forged ones. Oh, not in the higher quality tools anyway.
Just letting the CA dry in there a bit.
Yeah.
Notice it takes a little bit longer than my cheap super glue. I just I put some in earlier and then I let it set for about 5 or 6 minutes. Then I turned the lathe on and I could smell it. So it obviously had sprayed out a little bit.
How's the smell in the workshop going?
It's nice. I like the smell of Vicks.
Cleans your sinuses right out.
That's it.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, when we were doing demonstrations in shopping centres and things, that was the first bowl we ever turned was a camphor laurel one, because everybody tried and see where the smell was coming from.
I'm gluing on this side because there's like a ridge I need to take out here.
Yeah.
And it goes right across that thing. So I would like to try and save it if I could.
Yeah, Crown. I think Crown do forged ones, and round ones. But I think Crown Tools, Henry Taylor, Ashley Isles. I'm not sure if Hamlet do one, but I get. That's a good price, because looking at the Thompson tools, which are great tools, don't get me wrong, but they wanted $65 for their spindle gouges, and they were machined ones.
All right, gentlemen, I'm going to knock it on the head. I'm going to just go lay in bed for a little while. I'm starting to fall asleep. So,
All right, no worries, Blair.
not that you're
Thanks for
boring,
coming
Jay. No worries.
Thanks for
See
coming
you
in,
later.
Blair. Take it easy.
You guys have a good night. See you, Chris.
You too.
Jay, a little trick
Yeah.
with that. If you're not careful, the lid will glue on. So
Okay.
just take it back off again for a minute.
Let it dry.
Right. No. Now, get a cloth. Scrap bit of cloth or a bit of paper or something.
Yeah.
Now, gently squeeze the bottle. And then stand it upright. Stand it upright. Squeeze the bottle. Wipe the tip and then let it go, and it sucks any excess back in.
Yep. Okay. All done.
Even then, you'll still get them stuck a little bit.
Yeah.
You might need a pair of pliers to just get the lid off.
Okay. I'll put the other bottles in the fridge.
Yep, that's the place to keep them.
Especially in this shed.
Yeah, well, that's right. I just heard a car pull up, so I'm going to have to go in a minute, I think.
Yep. Okay. I might be here for a little bit longer. I'm going to do 2 hours, but if I finish turning, I'm going to do a little bit of pyro. So.
Yeah, all right. Whoa, what's that, a plane going over?
No, that was a Harley.
Oh, yeah. Going down the sideway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep, customers here. All right, I'll catch you
Okay.
later.
Bye-bye.
See you later, Chris. Glad I could help you out.
Yeah. Dr. Bob, how are you?
Well, I thought I'd drop in and say hi.
I'm glad you did.
I still don't know what's going on with my heart, but they're going to look at it tomorrow.
Okay.
But at least I've got a comfy pillow and a hospital bed.
Yes.
So,
How are you
and
feeling?
I feel good.
Yep.
That's not a problem. I feel good. It's just that they discovered something in my eye. I went in for an eye exam, and I have problems with my vision because of
Yep.
birth plus Agent Orange. And the problem is the senior doctor looked at it and found something in a blood capillary in the back of my eye that disturbed her to no end. And the
Okay.
problem, she says, is this is the stuff that causes strokes, and I want to send you down and get all these tests done. And she started like a sergeant, drill sergeant, giving orders to people around her in the clinic. And next thing I knew, I was being pushed into the emergency room. And then these doctors kept going over me, and I got tons of wires stuck all over me. I
Yep.
even have a remote battery pack here that ties to all the sensors so I can get up and walk around. Thank God.
Yeah, lucky.
So tomorrow they're going to run tests all day, and they say I can get out hopefully Saturday.
Oh, that'll be good. Are you getting all the sexy nurses?
Yeah, this is a government hospital.
Oh,
These are nurses who know what they're doing, and they've been doing it for years. The
yep.
ones you trust, when
Yes.
they say something, they often know more than the doctor.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's a good thing.
So yeah, one of them just left after taking all the temperature and blood pressure and all that.
Yep. Yeah, Robbo should be back in about half an hour or something if you're still here. He's been in and out today. He's got customers.
No. Well, I was interested in what how your trip was.
Oh, it was really good actually. I enjoyed it. I was a bit apprehensive. I've never driven 9 hours in one go, but no, it was really good. I liked it.
Good.
There's enough truck stops where the truckies pull over for lunch and dinner and stuff like that to keep us well fed along the way.
Yeah, and yet one of the things that tires a lot of people out is sitting on their butt.
Yeah,
Don't matter how fancy the car is, how much you pay for it, it still causes problems. So getting up and walking is the biggest help you can have for long distance driving, is get out and
Yeah.
walk around the car.
yeah.
Or
They've
do
always
something
got
to walk.
they've got often every like 10 or 20 k's there'll be a rest spot for people to pull over, and there'll be a camping area where they can stay and like toilets and stuff like that. So yeah, there's plenty of rest spots along the way. That's for sure.
Good. Because that's it. That's the most important thing for traveling that I have learned over the years.
Yeah.
Try to do this like where I live into this DC in one day, and it's about a day and a third, but it's nice to take a break because the traffic when you get to Washington DC is not traffic, it's cars parked going 5 miles to 10 miles an hour, juggling to get across 10-lane roads. To me, that's the hardest part of driving. You got
Yeah,
to watch because everybody thinks they own the road too.
yeah. That's one thing that I was a bit. That's one thing I was a bit thinking about a bit too much about here, because in South Australia we don't have we got highways, but we don't have freeways. So we're a bit shrunk down like that. And then I go to Robbo's area, and there's a freeway here, and there's a myriad of freeways going off that way, left, right, up underneath of us, over the top of us.
Yep.
That's why I like the GPS.
So you've been a country boy all your life?
Oh, not country, but South Australia only has about a quarter of the population that Victoria has.
Okay.
Yeah. Just a lot smaller.
So we'd say you're a small town boy.
Yeah, pretty much. About a 30-minute drive from our actual capital of our state.
Uh-huh.
So who's looking after your kids?
Oh, their parents are there.
Okay.
Though they've been talking to me on the phone, video.
Yeah.
Wondering what's going on and where did I hide the candy. One of them, they're teenagers, and the problem is with the 14-year-old, he's a good student, but he gets a sugar high, and when he does, he can't think because his brain functions too fast. So logic goes away. But he's very good at playing video games when he's in that state because he can react quickly to everything, but it's not schoolwork. So, I hide the candy.
Yes. I see why.
And nothing until school's done and his homework is done. And he doesn't like it that I can still monitor him here in the hospital bed in Detroit and monitor what he's doing. And the other older one says, well, that's what I want to do. I want to study and be a network engineer and can do what you can do because I'd like to work for governments to learn how to spy on people.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not spying. I just watch. I know what they're playing and all.
Just quick question.
Just a second.
Yeah.
Shoes, socks, glasses, you got your cell phone, pants, belt. What else?
For property? Well, I have a tablet and a couple of battery packs for the tablet.
Okay.
And 3 sets of headphones. One big one, and the other is Bluetooth. I can just put in my ears.
I just put 3 sets of headphones.
Yeah.
Okay. You have your watch.
And a coat. Yeah, and a watch.
You got a jacket or a coat?
A jacket, and it's in my pack.
Okay. And you got your shoes. Okay, thank you so much.
Okay. And there's taking inventory.
Oh yeah.
Even though it's been 5 hours since, or 4 hours since they put me upstairs into the hospital section. But they have all their normal rounds with patients that are sick.
Yeah.
And I'm just waiting for tests, though they tell me I might get out Saturday. So that's a lot of tests.
Yeah, it is. Yes. And they'd get them back reasonably quickly too, wouldn't they?
Well, they do them all here. We have our own lab, and that we're self-sustaining as a hospital.
Yep. I got camphor today.
Yeah.
I got it from Robbo from his house.
Does it really smell nice? Because we
Yeah,
get camphor, but it's used often in the winter months to clean congestion out of your nose.
yeah, Vicks.
Yes,
Yes, exactly what it smells like. Yep.
that's the camphor in it.
Yep.
Wow, you got a new toy.
This is as long as my lathe. The exact same length as my lathe bed. So I have to move my lathe slightly out of the shed, pointing towards the door, so I can actually use this tool. Otherwise, it just hits the shed wall.
Oh. Now, is that a flat cutter that's in there? The little stem that's holding the cutter to it, or is the stem cutting?
It's got. Are you talking about this little bit here?
Yeah, that's sticking out. That's solid steel?
Yep.
Okay.
And I
Because
got
I'm on my cell phone, so I don't have a big picture.
I got 3 more down there.
The different ones or refill?
Different ones.
Yeah. I was going to send you one. That's what I was joking about, deep hollowing.
Robbo must have been listening.
He didn't give you a curved one. Oh, a good scraper?
Yeah.
A scraper.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bar stock's the same on between the two, so it's hard to tell.
Yeah. That's got it there.
Uh-huh. Negative right.
Yep.
You lucked out.
And a spindle.
Wow. And the gouge is a round bar?
Yeah.
And the handle, okay.
Yep.
Now, it's a hollow handle.
Yep.
You won't have the problem until you migrate to something bigger, like on a lathe for horsepower. But one of the tricks with a hollow handle for a long-handled tool, and Sorby does it to theirs and other companies do too, they have weights that you can screw in that counteract the overhang that you might use and help stabilize the tool.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things that if you have problems with the tail of it vibrating, is to add some weight to it.
Okay.
Now, a lot of them you can just screw them in place, but with something like that, one of the tricks to do is turn yourself a wooden cap to go on it. And not a plug. On the hollow one, the black one.
And then slide the weights down the inside of it.
Yes, and at the end, not towards the cutter, because it's like when you were a kid on a teeter-totter. You know, one end is heavier than the other. You want to try to get it so it's balanced, but in some case, and it's a like a shock absorber, a dampener for vibration too.
Yes.
So when I'm doing hollowing with mine that long, I actually put it on my armpit.
Okay.
You know, I put my arm around it back that
Yeah.
far, but I'm holding it with my arm straight out. And
Yes.
that helps absorb the vibration, because until you get used to them, that vibration can cause problems on the wood. You'll see it as a vibration.
Yeah.
So having the ability to put a weight in it is going to be good.
Yeah, I think I'll need a bigger lathe for that.
It'll come.
Yeah. Do you get your own room?
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
2 TV sets, one on the wall and one I can just swing around with me and put over the bed.
Yep. Oh, that's good. Do you get TV for free there, or do you have to pay for it?
Oh, no, it's free. So is the phone, at least within the United States and Canada.
Okay. Yep. So are you on your data now? Do you have to come on
No, they
use
got
this?
Wi-Fi here.
Okay.
This is Uncle Sam of the government's Wi-Fi. I'm logged in. Patients have their own. Patients
right.
and employees. So I heard in the background, watching you the other night, it sounded like your lovely other half was on a lathe.
Yeah, she was. We turned a carrot each. Just something you use to stab into the ground to plant veggies and stuff.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. No, she enjoyed it too. Really liked it.
See, you might get a bigger lathe than that one she could have.
Yeah.
You just got to wait until someone's got one they want to get rid of and donate.
Yeah.
Robo
Then
would be into that. You should know.
And then I'd most probably need a crane. I would quite literally need a crane. It doesn't bother me. I'd go and hire one, but the only access to my backyard is a tiny side gate, and it's about maybe 3 feet wide, maybe at the most, and that's the space that goes down between the two houses. That's only about that wide as well. So there's no way I'd get any type of carrying any like forklift or anything down there.
No, you'd take the lathe apart, carry it, the legs and the bed and the tail stock and the head stock all separate when you do that.
Yeah.
Because when the lathes get bigger and heavier, you have to move them around that way.
Yep.
And you know they have to ship them that way, so they come apart.
Yeah. Yep. What a monumental task that would be.
No, be surprised. Have you found anybody in your community that does wood turning?
No, not really. Only because I'm lazy and haven't been to a club around here yet. But I like this club here.
Yeah, but that's the club that'll help you move a lathe if you need it moved, or
Yeah.
have something that they know in the back room that hasn't been used that they might loan to you for,
Yep.
or upgrade what you have with one that they've already, downgraded from. But you
Yeah.
get that through clubs. Our club lathes pass between each other all the time. And
Yep.
then when someone kicks the bucket, most of the time the lathe ends up for the club, to have. And
Yeah.
uh, it's auctioned off, and club members can buy stuff that way out of them. And or we set up a whole shop
Oh yeah.
for people to come and turn, and we have a whole set that we can take to schools and set up
Yeah.
on workbenches or tables and
I'd
demonstrate
have to
turning.
I'd have to find one that's been converted to single phase because I don't have 3-phase in my house.
Yeah. Getting pretty thin, aren't you?
Yeah, and it's also got a hole in it.
Yeah, there'll be a point where you can't get any thinner because the wood's vibrating.
Yeah, I'm just trying to take
I learned a
there's a
trick years ago
bit of a ripple right there. I'm just
from
trying to take out without trying to take too much of that this bit here out.
yeah, because the vibration, because it's physically moving, and that's hard because then the wood is coming up and down towards the cutter and away from it.
Yeah.
And if you push too hard, you end up going through.
Yeah, that's why I'm taking little feather cuts. I've got
Yeah.
the main vibration is just on this first centimeter here.
I was going to say one of the tricks that I had learned some time ago, and I haven't done it in a long time, but we used to have these big blankets, and we'd take it and roll it up, and they were just scrap, the pieces of cloth, and
Yep.
actually put it around the thin bowl that we were turning.
Yep.
And tape it in place so it stayed there after the outside of the bowl was done.
Yep.
And then we would do the ultra fine skim cutting on the inside because the blanket acted as a damper
Yep.
to stop the vibration.
Yeah. Yeah, I get what you
But
mean.
that was a secret that my great grandfather did that, and my grandfather. But as kids, when they wanted to show off how thin they could do it, they'd get the blanket out, and they had a belt that held it on, and because they
Yep.
had tapes didn't exist that were strong enough. But
Yep.
they could make them very thin because it's the vibration that then you can't get around it. You have to dampen it.
Yes. That was really nice to use a lathe at Robbo's house that didn't stall when I stuck the tool in it too hard.
So the upgrade for you would be a bigger motor.
I can't put one on this because the motor is underneath here, and there's no room for a bigger motor. I've already asked Robbo, inquired about it, because he's actually got 2 or 3 lathes that are very similar in size to this. They just have a bigger motor in them.
Yeah.
So I got like 5 bottles of super glue too.
Oh,
sorry.
okay.
CA, I'll say it right.
Yeah, we're kind of nice. Now, you have a freezer in the house?
Yeah, I'm keeping them in the fridge.
Yeah, the colder you can keep them, the longer they're going to last.
Yep. Yeah, that's what Robbo said. Yeah, I definitely can't keep them in my shed because it's like Siberia.
Yeah, I take in our summer months because it gets up to 90 degrees.
Yeah.
I have a little tray that I carry stuff in and out of the shop, and that has my super glue in it, and it goes right in the freezer.
Oh yeah.
And I've had people complain. I said, don't complain. It's just these little bottles. But I've got the bigger bottles I fill them with buried in the big freezer where people don't go unless they're digging all the meat out of the bottom. Because it'll stay almost forever frozen.
Okay. I've heard of super glue being put in the fridge before, but not in the freezer.
Yeah, it makes it last longer. It slows down the molecular whatever decay or movement.
Yep.
But yeah, cold weather, 0, 32 for us is freezing, and
Yep.
we always try to keep it at 0. All winter long, my shop, it's not insulated, so, well, the walls are and half the ceiling is, but I use a propane heater, and it takes about 10 minutes to 15 minutes to heat the place up. But super glue, it sits where the heater can warm it up at a distance. That's where I keep it.
Yep.
But the rest of it's always in the summer it's in the freezer. Our club buys in bulk, so we buy it through our club.
Oh yeah, that'd make it easier. Much easier. We just take a bottle in there and fill it up.
No, we just buy it in the little bottle. Well, 2 different size bottles.
And we didn't realise this until I signed in at Robbo's house with my StreamYard account. But StreamYard actually goes via IP. You could Robbo signed in, logged into his StreamYard, and it came up with my name. And when I logged into my StreamYard, it came up with his name.
Huh.
So I'm guessing it runs off the IP instead.
Well, it's wherever you are at the time.
So now he's got full control of my account. If he comes in, he can add and remove people from the stream instead of me having to stop and let them in.
Oh, okay.
And he can also kick me out if he likes to.
But you start the stream, don't you?
Yes.
Now it's interesting how that changes.
Yeah. Quite odd, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm going to have to ask. They have an open forum for StreamYard people that I attend.
Okay.
I'm going to put that on my list. That's interesting. You take your account down there, and it automatically ends up being his, and his becomes yours.
Yeah. But when I signed in to do my live, it came up with Robbo down the bottom, but I go to look up in the account details, and it was my login details and stuff.
Well, that's all kept in the browser. So if you logged in on his machine through his browser, because Chrome keeps that's information that Chrome stores, because that's the whole backbone of their software design. They use all the fancy features that it has.
Yep. Yeah, it's quite odd. We're a bit shocked and a bit like, huh? Oh, well. It doesn't matter.
But it's only the page you logged in. That's what is in the buffer on his machine, and yours is on yours. So the interesting thing is you could log in on his account normally using your credentials. I could give you my credentials, and you could log in down there, and it would be in the memory of your Chrome that was one of the logins.
Yep.
Which is a security problem for passwords, but
at least now Robbo can I just told him to keep that account open so that when he comes in here, he can at least control the room without having to disturb me or anything.
Yeah, and that's good because it's nice to be able to have a co-pilot in that case.
Yeah, it is. Yes.
What all did you do at Robo's?
I did a little bit of turning. I did one live. I did the bit of turning when we did it together, like Amber and I. I did a little bit of pyro. I just did a gum tree on pyro and left that at Rob's house, and a lot of nothing really. Sometimes I was on the computer, and he's got his internet. He's got Ethernet cables out in the shed, so I had internet to connect to and stuff. So, yeah, just basically stayed in his shed. He gave us a tour, and yeah.
Where'd you sleep? In his shed?
Yeah, no, he's got a
hotel.
He's got 2 spare bedrooms. We stayed in one of those.
Oh, okay. That was nice of him.
Yeah, very nice. Yes, very appreciative of it. And his wife's very lovely, very nice. And Robbo had a barbecue the first day we were there, and a couple of people that come into the lives, Amy and Justin came over, and Darren. I'm not sure if you've met Darren before, but they came to Robbo's house for a bit of a greeting.
That's nice to bring people in to meet you.
Yeah. He's pretty good with 12-volt electricity and stuff like that. So he had a bit of a look at my. I've been having an issue with the cigarette lighter in my car. Well, power port, cigarette lighter, either way. And so on the way over to his house, it wasn't even charging our phones. So we were just wondering why, and he put his multimeter on it, and it was getting plenty of voltage, but the wiring was what was lacking, letting it all down.
It too thin.
Yeah, it couldn't handle it, but that was all standard from the car factory. So, so I went and bought a double cigarette lighter socket, and I mounted that in. We got 2 glove boxes in our car. We got one that lifts up from the top, and then one underneath that lifts down. Yeah. And I put it in that one down there, and then we just fed a wire through the firewall where all the wires come through for the electronics and stuff.
Yep.
And then he soldered it up and wired it all up and stuff, and now I've got a GPS unit in the car and can charge whatever I want. It's great.
Good.
And he chopped up one of his red gum bells and cut them into blanks for this lathe. So I got 6 of those.
Oh, I didn't know they were burros. I remember seeing the video you posted.
Yeah. Now they're all decent sized bells. And he gave me this block of camphor and one that's a little bit bigger. And when Justin and Darren came over, Darren brought plum wood. Which I'm going to fill with a bit of CA and stuff before I use. Yeah. But it's only really got one crack that goes right through. All the others were only came about after it got chopped up.
Well, you might have to, instead of making a round bowl, make a winged bowl.
Yeah, I was going to maybe try a goblet with that piece. I got 2 pieces of plum. And I got some paper bark. One of the Justin brought over 4 bells as well to get chopped up because he didn't have the means to chop it up. And yeah, Robbo chopped one of those up and cut me up a couple of blanks. It's paper bark. That egg cup that I turned before I left,
Yeah.
I thought that was bottle brush. That's actually paper bark. It's just the distinctive bark that it's got. It's like a whitish, greyish kind of bark, and then underneath of it, it's got brown and white layers, loads and loads of layers. So it was very distinctive wood. As soon as I seen it on the burls, I was like, I reckon that's what I've been calling bottle brush.
Uh-huh.
So a couple of those, a couple of blanks of that. Did you see the video that I took of Henry?
Yes, that was amazing.
I was just flabbergasted by the size of it when I got there, so I had to do a step-by-step walking past it. Right, I'll try that.
How's that for dampening the vibration?
Definitely better, that's for sure. Much better.
Did that do it?
Yeah, that fixed it. Thank you.
Uh-huh. Yeah, just seeing it reminded me of something that was probably 50 years ago, 60 years ago, but did it all the time for some of their thin stuff they wanted to do
Yep.
to show off to each other. But that was the family secret. I know a lot of other families probably had it too, but long as it's
Don't
a
tell
secret
anyone.
from each other.
Yes.
No, it's to me, any type of craft like this is just sharing
Yeah.
your
Yep.
talents, your skills. Some people make a good living at it. I've got a man in England that I am sending your live to. We told him where to find him because he
Yep.
likes working all night and he makes his living doing turning,
Okay.
not architectural, but bowls and stuff for fairs and
Yep.
certain craft stores want certain things, and he's a production turner, but of defined pieces and
Okay.
everything has to have a dollar value for him to do it and to get out of it. So, and he's talked about how he calculates all that. It's his business,
Yeah.
his living, just the opposite of Robo's in the sense that they're both production turners, but he's doing stuff that it goes on the shelves of stores or
Yep.
county fairs. So he's always trying to figure out what's going to sell the best and how he can make it the cheapest because that increases the profit.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be tricky.
Well, it's about midnight. I've gotta gotta get some sleep because I was told I have to get up at 5 because I got some to eat and get ready for tests. They're going to start probing me about 8:30, 9 o'clock. So
All right.
I thought I'd
I
say
appreciate
hi.
you coming in.
Oh yeah, yeah. Even the hospital doesn't keep me away from watching you. That's what you call a devoted fan.
Yes.
It's bored. I mean, there's nothing in here. I'm the only one in the room.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, you got plenty of wood turning to watch. That's for sure.
Oh yeah. The only thing I didn't bring is a charger. I got the
Ah.
cables because I'm running off my. I got a big super battery pack. I've recharged my phone 4 times from.
Okay.
So I probably have 2 more charges out of it, and it'll be dead.
Ask
So
the nurse. Ask the
we.
nurses if there's any USB ports in the TV.
Well, no, I've got the TV here. That's a question. I'll have to check. It's right here. It swings out over the bed.
Yep.
That's the TV.
Okay.
That way you can see it right in front of you.
Yep.
I'll have to check the back of it. I know it has an HDMI port because it gives you the option of picking that. So if you want to put something in like a computer. If
Yep.
for a second screen, you can plug it in. So
Yeah.
I
That might.
would better get some sleep. I watched it walk by, and the nurse's station is. Show you. It's right across the hall.
Oh, get in trouble, naughty boy.
Yeah. So,
All right. I appreciate you coming in. I hope you get better soon.
well, I'm not really sick, but they think I could, if they don't treat it, I could have a heart attack and could be terminal at my age. So they're trying to look at what's wrong and
Yep.
see how bad it is and what they can do. So that's all I know.
Tell the
And I
nurses. Tell the
was
nurses
really
that
impressed.
the only way to fix it is that yeah, they have to pay for shipping for you to send me your lathe.
Yeah, but then you'd have to have you'd have to have a transformer. Because it runs on 220, but it's a split phase.
Yep.
Well, it would run on one pair of your 220 legs, which means you could probably just plug it in your outlet in the house, but it takes 20 amps.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I've only got one plug that does that. All the rest
Yeah.
are 15.
Yeah, here by law, you got to have them like in the kitchen for kitchen countertop appliances, and
Yeah.
you know, but it's just the wire that they put in that makes a difference.
Yeah.
I know my shop is all wired. Well, I do have some 110, but for lighting, and I cheated on it because it's all LED lighting anyway. So I've got to the point where I can. I was going to this summer actually run them on the 24 volt, and that'll save even more money.
Yes.
And because that's what they run on. I just put 24 volts and use the same wiring and the switches and everything, but I'll change it at the panel. So, just rewire the electrical panel.
Yep.
Circuit. I'll take the circuit that the lights are on and I'll put a 24 volt transformer on it. And then that will now feed my lights, and they're all controlled by Alexa.
Yep.
Hey, I can say it now without someone answering me. Well, I have one in my shop and every room that I live in. That's so handy to have.
Right, you better go to bed.
Yep. I'll see you later.
You can blame me if the doctor's being grumpy at you, all right?
Okay.
All right, ladies and gents, I'm going to knock it on the head. I've nearly finished this. Just a little bit more that I want to get rid of just in here. I'm going to leave the tape on it. It's actually doing a better job at stopping the vibration from around here, so I do appreciate that from Dr. Bob. And also, I thought it might help keep this in, because this has got a bark inclusion on the other side where it's got this lighter patch here, and it's started to come out there. I'd really like to try and keep it in there. Structurally, I think it's going to wreck the whole bowl if it comes out, because it's got a crack that actually runs along there. All right, thanks for coming in, everyone. Take it easy.